So my top 10 vintage Volkswagen Beetle colors. Yes, guys, I made a top 10 list of my favorite colors. This is my own personal opinion. You're probably not going to agree with everything that's on this list. And if you want to chime in with what is your favorite color on a Volkswagen, leave it in the comment section below. But I kind of picked this list in regards to the rarity of the colors, how often they were offered. Some of these colors are only 1-year colors or 2-year colors. So to me, that makes that kind of special. And they're striking colors, I think. I mean, some of the colors that are offered here in this list, a lot of people don't realize Volkswagen offered. I've gone to car shows before with some of my 54s, a 55 Beetle with a metallic on it, and the average person will come up to me and say, oh, that wasn't offered on a Beetle. I remember the Beetle back in the day, and yeah, it was offered, man. So most people remember the 60s colors, the 70s colors, the pastel stuff. So I'm going to try to stay away from the most common colors that we know of. You know, of course, the reds, the blues, the blacks, the whites, the Savannah beiges, or that variations of those colors. I do have a couple, blues in here. Of course, I do like blue a lot. That's just my personal opinion. But I'm going to get to this list, and if you guys have anything you want to add, again, in the comments section below. So without further ado, let's get to the top 10 Beetle colors. So 1959 L358 is Garnet Red. And yes, Volkswagen had a lot of red colors throughout the years, but Garnet Red is a 1-year only color, and I like it particularly because it has a bit of maybe a darker red to it, a bit of burgundy thrown in there, and it's just a really striking color, and it looks great on the earlier Beetles with the sloped headlight. Now, Carmen Ghia had cherry red in the mid-60s, which is kind of reminiscent of that. Or even in 1968, they had royal red, which is also a very nice red color, which I like. But the Garnet Red is very nice. It definitely screams 50s. I wasn't crazy about the color combination that Volkswagen did with Garnet Red. They usually had an off-white or a light gray vinyl with two-tone with another red in there. So red and red, inside out, it's not me. But, to each their own. But you can definitely do a lighter interior in there. You could go for the beige or a darker beige, a cloth and whatnot. And there's a lot of possibilities to make that contrast. I like contrast on Beetles. I grew up doing animation and cartoons. I grew up with Looney Tunes characters. So I like the fact that a Looney Tunes character could have a dark, upper body dressed, or like, say, a black cat, but then he would have red shoes on, something like that. So just to make that contrast. I think the Beetle screams character all the way, so I like a contrast in my personal, my cars. Next on the list, I love this color. It's a 1-year only color in 1953 for the oval window Beetle, and that is metallic blue, and it's L35. And again, it's a very nice metallic blue. It's got a little bit of like silver in there, and it's a little on the darker side, which I like. From Europe, the colors would have been like a gray tone on the inside. In America, every now and then I see maybe the red vinyl in there. I don't think that's correct what some people threw in there. Again, if I'm incorrect on that, leave it in the comment section below. But usually it was like a gray herringbone, I believe, that was inside, or a gray cloth that was inside a metallic blue. But again, you could go with a lighter color, an off-white or a beige, brown piping, something like that, and it would really scream vintage there. So no problem with metallic blue. Next on the list, I would say, is Almond Green, 56, 57 convertibles. Okay, and then there's another metallic color. I've done a variation of that on some of my builds, and it's Evergreen Metallic by Subaru. It's kind of like a facsimile of what Almond Green is. And if you look that up, and I'll show some pictures with all these cars, guys, Almond Green is really a light metallic green, and my clients love the Evergreen Metallic that I throw on their ovals and such. And again, you do a warmer interior on the inside to make that pop, and it really just screams vintage. So next on the list is, I'm moving up in the years, 1970 and 71, 2-year color, Clementine Orange. I know there's a lot of oranges that were offered in the 70s, and that pretty much started in 1970 with the oranges. And, oranges in the 70s, very pumpkin-esque or a very light orange. I'm okay with those, but the Clementine Orange has a little bit of red dashed into it, and even some angles when I take pictures, it almost looks red. So I definitely like Clementine Orange. I did my 70 convertible Beetle. It was my wedding car, and I wanted Clementine Orange because it originally was Yukon Yellow, and so I wanted to go Clementine Orange, but I said, I'd love to throw like a little bit of metallic in there or something. And so I looked up on the list today, and Mini BMW color has spicy orange metallic, which almost look like Clementine Orange, but with a little bit of metallic thrown in there. So I really like that color combination. Again, black canvas top. You could put a black interior in there. I even put an espresso cloth interior in my my convertible, and it really looks striking. But Clementine Orange, even the flat color itself, is a great color and one of my favorites. 58 and 59 Beetle L338 Atlas Blue. Again, only convertibles. We have painted that before on a sedan, hardtop Beetle, but Atlas Blue, very close to metallic blue, a little bit lighter. Again, a little more slate looking, and just a really striking color that's on a Beetle. I go to car shows with an Atlas Blue Beetle, and everyone's like, "No, you put a custom color on there." And I'm like, "No, that is a real Beetle color." The 50s had great metallics. So just a great color combination. Again, Volkswagen would have put an off-white two-tone with a navy vinyl interior with white piping. Again, you can change that up. You don't have to do the blue and the blue. Sometimes I have an issue with blue and blue. You know, I like a contrast on the inside and the outside. So Atlas Blue, great color, L338. And next up on the list, 1958, and that's L243, Diamond Gray. Hell yeah, I did a Diamond Gray for a guy a few years ago, 58, only color, ragtop Beetle, and just striking colors. Some angles it looks the gray, the metallic gray, and then some angles it looks like it's got a little tinge of green in there, and it's a light color, and it just really looks striking. And we put a two-tone dark red vinyl with beige tweed cloth on the seat with off-white piping, beige tweed headliner, tan top, canvas top on the ragtop. Awesome color combination, and diamond gray is a rare color. It's not seen very often, but it's kind of unusual. I said it's got a little tinge of green in there. It's freaking awesome. I love it. Next up on the list is one of my favorite 60s colors, and I've spoken about it before in the past, and that is Sea Blue. 1964 to 1966, Sea Blue L360. There's something about that blue that I just love. It just looks it's so friendly and comforting to the eye. People love it. It just screams smile. It just shows a smile on that bug's face when you go to a car show. And when I bring that to a show, people just love that color. It's not a metallic. It's definitely the, a flat color. But, it's in between like Gulf Blue, which was offered a little bit earlier, and then, say, VW Blue, which was offered in, say, 67, which is more of like a navy color, navy blue. So this Gulf Blue is kind of like in between there, and you see the Sea Blue. You see the seaness in there, the water tone in there. It's really nice, man. Sea Blue is just a killer color, one of my favorites. Definitely check that option out if you're looking to paint your bug. So next up on the list, we're getting a couple of the rare ones. And I've done this one 3 times already because I love it. It's striking, and it's really rare to see on a Beetle. And that is Silver Granite L322 5455 convertible only. Now, I only came across this color when I go to Wolfsburg West's website. So, guys, you can go to wolfsburgwest.com or thesamba.com and see these colors and the charts. Thesamba.com will actually give you the PPG equivalent number or the transfer number, because these old codes like L322 Silver Granite, you punch that up in a new system today for your painter, it's not going to come up. So if you go with a PPG color or an alternative, you can even do a Google search for these colors and put PPG in it, and usually paintref.com comes up and you can do the swap. But a lot of times these codes, even the PPG codes, are getting old now, and so they don't come up in the new systems. But definitely go check them out on wolfsburgwest.com or the Samba for paint colors and swatches. They have it all broken down by year. But Silver Granite, I've done 3 times already, and I just did it recently on my last convertible 54 Beetle that we finished last year. And it's just a killer color. Metallic. It's, again, a darker gray. There's a little bit of blue in there. And, you go with a dark red seat or a beige seat, a cloth seat, something like that, and it's going to look, it just looks stellar. People absolutely love it. And when I go to car shows, again, they're like, no, that's not a real color. And it is. It's a Volkswagen color. So Silver Granite is just stellar. Next up, I have Strato Silver, which, again, very popular, 54 to 56, early 56 Beetle. It ended, I think, halfway through 56. And that's L227. Again, kind of similar to Silver Granite, but a little bit lighter, more slate bluish, icy blue. The European models would have probably had like a gray cloth in there. American models, I've seen a lot of American models with the red interior in that. I'm not a huge fan of the red combo with the red with the blue. It just reminds me of Superman or something. But I've done it before with a darker red interior or more of a burgundy red, and that kind of worked a little bit better to me. Or you can go again with a cloth or an off-white or a beige or something like that, and that would really be striking. I've also seen we've done a Strato Silver Beetle with the dark blue interior, which was also an offer that they had, more of a navy blue. Again, not to my taste, but if you want to be period correct, that's what Volkswagen offered. Just because Volkswagen offered it doesn't always mean you have to go with it, because some of their combos to me were just not the greatest. But you can make these things what you want. So again, it's your car, it's your taste. You do what you want to do. And here at the top of my list, it was a tough to say, between that and Silver Granite and Strato. I definitely love all these colors. But Bordeaux Red, 1951, split window color. We've done that a few times on even oval window cars and even later model cars. We put the Bordeaux Red on. We did a 55 oval ragtop for a fella a couple of years ago. And it looked stellar. Bordeaux Red with a beige interior or something like that. Just a striking color. 1 year only. It's the sweetness of that dark red wine, that you get. And it just, when you do white walls on that, and it's a striking color. People absolutely love it. People are willing to spend extra to get that color. Color is huge to a BuG person, and even someone who wants a good-looking BuG. And Bordeaux Red seems to really pull people by the masses. I remember going to car shows with a Bordeaux Red split-window Beetle, and I was the only Beetle at this show. And I hate to say it, but it was just a mob of people moved away from the exotics like the Ferraris and the Lotuses, and they moved over to see my Bordeaux Red Beetle. And I'll try to pronounce this right. It's a 59 only color, and it's Mignon Yet Green. Is that how you say it, guys? If I said it wrong, leave it in the comment section below. Love to hear your thoughts on that. But yeah, Mignon Yet Green, great green. It's a lighter pale green. And then, they had variations of that in the 60s that came along with jade green and beryl green. But that's a really nice 50s color. It's not metallic. But again, with a rag top or something, you can go dark with that car, or you can go beige in that car or something like that. And I think that would be a great color combination. So, guys, I hope you like that list. I know it's not going to be for everybody, and not everyone's going to agree on this, and that's totally cool with me. But I just wanted to pick out some rare colors that Volkswagen offered. And again, leave it in the comment section below. So, guys, if you like this content, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you got to hit the bell, because the Skynet algorithm, and unless you hit the bell to get notified for the subscription, that you subscribe to my channel, it's almost like a moot point. There's so many people that have subscribed to my channel, and there's only so few percentage that actually come back and see my videos when they go up. They don't get the notification. So you got to get notified. It's the Skynet machine that's out there that produces this algorithm, and in order to please them and help me out, you got to hit the bell. So I hope you like that, guys, and I'll see you next time.